Hello everyone, welcome to the live stream. I've got some time this evening to play a few games of Tanglet. I've been a bit busy with the channel today. I've recorded a presentation on sorting and searching, and so programming binary searches as well as insertion, selection, and double sorting. I've also recorded about a 3-hour long video of a playthrough of a separate game, going through some different concepts aimed at people looking to learn travel English. And I'll finish off with this one and make it throw the floor open for anyone. If you jump in the chat, I'm happy to take questions on just about anything. If you want me to pronounce certain words or even just engage in a general conversation, I'm happy to make these chat videos and fill in the time with some Tanglet games as well. So without anything else coming through, I'll start off with the stamina game, 4x4 square, and I've got to find 3-letter words or longer. So an example would be starting here and then working our way across. Once I choose a letter, I can't, I've got to use adjacent letters to it, and I can't double back on them. So I'll put in the country India as well. Well, surprising that's not in the dictionary, but I do only have a small vocabulary dictionary. The reason I chose that is to go through the mist and only find a few small words. So let's try with indent. You're writing in a document and you bring a new paragraph in, you indent it. We'll use a body part of an arm as well. Tear, piece of clothing. RAID, the IT, that could be a redundant array of independent disks, but a RAID was usually an attack by one person, one group during a war on an area it doesn't have the aim of capturing and holding the ground. You just want to go in there. You might want to blow up something and leave. Let's go with rare. Rare items are not common at all. Very hard to find them. Bear. There's also BEAR and BARE. They're both bear, said and pronounced the same way. In this case, the cupboard is bare. Bid. I could have an auction where I go through and bid on an item I might want. Dine. Go for dinner. Can also be lunch, but would be going to a place and sit down and eat. Made. You go through and build something. I might have made a model or paper airplane. I'll just check the stream settings on this one. Okay, so there is a bit of a latency, just heads up everyone that there might be a bit of a delay, and I can't dynamically set closed captions. I thought I set it to ultra responsive so that I could see people what's there, and there's around about a 10-15 second delay between when I do stuff and when it actually gets rebroadcast out. That's right, we'll work with that. Let's see if Mayor is in. So that's I don't know off the top of my head, a gendered horse. Let's if I click out, it forces it. Yeah, a mare is a old female horse, so not a youth. So an adult, I guess, female horse. Read the newspaper. Um, I could dare somebody to do something. Might dare someone to jump into the water from a high springboard. It might be afraid of heights. Tend. So the farmer would tend to the fields. Ram. Uh, Male sheep. Um, a net. The fisherman might use a net to put the fish into before bringing them into the boat. Ah, so bard is in. So a bard is, you might find that in Dungeons and Dragons and similar. Or it's a character that can play musical instruments. Get one of the longer ones as well just before it clicks off for dinner. That would be one of the meals of an evening. Breakfast in the morning, lunch at midday, and dinner of an evening. So game over. Score of 23. I don't think we've hit high score. And go through some of the ones that have been missed. Abide. There might be some rules put out that we have to abide or sort of agree to. Or I could go into another country that has some customs and I might abide by those customs. Ardent. Someone who is an ardent supporter of another one is a very big supporter of them, strong. Barren. So that might be a land where there's not much living. Barter is a trade from one goods to another without using money. So the fisherman and the baker might have a barter agreement where the bread maker gets some fish, the fisherman gets some bread, and everyone's happy, but they don't use money as goods. Dart, small item to be thrown. Drain, water from the road goes down the drain. Dream, you might have some memories from when you're asleep. Maiden, yeah, and two terms come to mind. It could be in medieval times. There was a maiden. That's usually a plot device to rescue the maiden, the lady from she might have been kidnapped. And in cricket, you can have a maiden over as well. Tanned, trader, trainer, and trained to learn about the new systems or similar. And a team, a group of people working for the one collective goal. So I'll make it large, a random amount of words, and go with the stamina again. So 4 minutes. Anytime we get something right, we get a few extra seconds. So raise. I might go ask the boss for a pay rise. Lean. And that can mean I'm standing up against something. Or it can also mean that it could be, say, some meat that doesn't have much fat on it. This could be described as lean. Reuse. No, sorry, I've spelled that wrong. Be a way to reuse, recycle, and repair to get more life out of things. But learn, definitely. User, computer system might have several users. Yeah, I've only got a few words in this one, and the longest one's actually 6, so only 35 points in total. Just thinking reseal, but don't have the L. Let's try Jesus. Yes, it's someone in the Christian faith. Having trouble really seeing anything at the moment. Just thinking issue. Don't have the two S's in a row. Reel, fishing reel. Contains all of the fishing line. Almost have lease as well. Rose, a flower. Almost have season. Um, 20 seconds left. No, I'm not going to find anything else. So I missed airs, arose. Some new meeting arose in the course of the weekly meeting in the Asia course is the opposite of fine. Um, uh, so if you're fine, you're looking at the details, but for course, you're looking to cover as much area as possible. Doesn't so you can get sandpaper that's very coarse, and that's when you rub it up against the wood, it sands away as quickly as possible. And then you get fine sandpaper, and you rub the same bit of sandpaper there that not as much wood is taken away. So you start fairly coarse and you work fine. Or an example, if you've got a bit of wood, you might use a file or a rasp to work it down, and is to coarse way of getting to it, and then use sandpaper and make it nice and small. Jeans, clothing item, a jerk. You could say that an item jerked, the seatbelt jerked when I hit the brakes and I caught it. Or you could also use it to describe a person, and that's not very nice way of saying description for people. Narc is someone who is an undercover cop. Oses, I don't recognize. Rain and rains, so water coming down from the sky. Rear, at the back of. sear. You can sear some meat, and that back with the sorry, searing a meat will heat up the edges of it and then cook it so the juices stay inside. And soar, we could say that a bird was soaring high above us. So let's kick off another one. Got quite a few more options here as well, including some 9-letter words. So we'll start with trend. And let's try doom. Bad feeling about this. What about nope? Yep, that's tend as well. Try dope. It's a slang for some drugs. Rear. Yep, the back of the car. So I've got that one again. And let's try temper. And that can be used to describe as tempering some metal, or someone could have a bad temper, meaning that they might get angry quickly. Term. There might be a few terms of school. Teacher could set the class to some tests. I don't know if that's a word by itself. I think it's got the P in there as well. Well, that one is. So tempt. I know one of my friends has been on a diet, so I might tempt them with some treats by baking some chocolate biscuits. Moon. The moon orbits the Earth about every 27 days. Need. Might need to go to the shops and get some groceries for dinner. And before you serve some food, you might want to taste it. Australian word. Yeah, mate. That's in there. Someone without much money is described as poor. It's about to go to dent, but it's not going to work out. So there might be a dent in the car from a collision. Here, around the corner. Treat. Treat myself to a weekend away. Maid. That's instead of MADE, this is the maid that comes through of a hotel and cleans the room, changes the sheets. Seat. Rest after a long hike. No, I don't quite have diamond. render. Might render some graphics or a video. Deer, the animal. M the matter. I might discuss a matter with someone from work. And it's game over. I'll probably just go through some of the longer ones. So ampere is a unit of electricity. Aroma is a smell. If you go through the kitchen and take a deep breath, you might be able to nice aroma of cookies baking and bread baking. Deport, that's where someone gets removed from the country. So we might find that even though I think I might have my papers in fine, if I travel to another country and they say you've got the incorrect visa, you've coming here as a student, but you're not enrolled in any university, I might have ticked the wrong box by mistake, and they might say, well, we don't care, we're going to send you back. Diameter, if you have a circle that is 2 meters from one side to the other, that's the diameter. It's got a radius of 1 meter from the middle to the edge. The doorman is someone who, at a hotel, is responsible for greeting and opening the doors. Doormat, you push your feet up against it. An importer is someone responsible for bringing goods into the country. You want to sleep on a nice soft mattress when you lie down and go to sleep. An odometer in a car will tell you how far the car has travelled. You usually also got a trip meter as well that you can reset. Permeate means that it's something goes through the area, or it spreads around. I think with coffee, you want to. Yeah, no, I'm not too sure. It might be that you get the coffee to spread around before you plunge down. A ratio. When baking bread, you have got specific ratios of flour, sugar, salt, yeast, and water. So you might make a double batch. As long as it's in the same ratio, you'll still get the same dough consistency, as long as you mix it up right. Report from the office, and a reporter might make something for the newspaper. And catted, I could have left some clothes on the line, and a dog might have come through and bit some of the clothes, and it's now tattered. It's in a lot more pieces. Temperate is a way to describe a climate where it's not Arctic. It's not. I'm not too sure what's in the middle. It's a nicer place to live. It's not hot all the time. It's not cold all the time. It's in the middle. And a tremor, an earthquake. You might have a tremor. So I'll go back and make a smaller one and see what we can find. It's only got a few words for this one. So E gets us on the board. Saw. Sad. I don't know if rat is considered a word, or it's short for radical. Rare. Wire to conduct electricity. I could dare a friend again. An oar in a boat is used to move it along, rowing. I could wear some clothing. I ran to the shops. I don't think Ween is. I was thinking Drive, but that's not going to match up. Maybe Saws. No. Having trouble finding a few words. Read. Um, Thank you. Raw. Ease, thank you. No, I don't quite have ease. So the letters have to start with a letter. You've got to use a letter that's next to it. Dire, thank you. Example of let's start at say W, and then you use a letter next to it, and then I can only use the R or the E, and then I've got the last one to reach Y. So it's got to be next to it. I can't just choose letters from all of it, and they've got to be 3 or longer. No, that's all right. More than happy to explain. I'm more than happy for people to help as well. But ARE should be in. And so there's 35 seconds on the clock. Every time we get where I'm right, they get a few extra seconds, bonus seconds. Once it counts down to 0, it'll show us the missed words, and I'll go through some of those. And then I'll make another one where we've got 5 by 5. They've got to be 4-letter words or longer. And I'll make sure there's a lot of words available in that one as well. We've also got a score down here. There's 10 3-letter words, which we've found 6, 13 4-letter words that found 7, and 3 5-letter words that haven't found any of. So aura, drew, as in drawing, radar, yes. So, and the word set is just limited to some of the beginner English words, so it may not have all of them. There might be about 30,000 words in English, and I think this is limited to about 5,000. So rear, the back of a car, a road. The reason I did that is I didn't really want all of them to appear here and be swamped. Rue, actually I don't recognize what that is. Run and Sace or SARS, I'm not too sure what that is. But sedan is a type of car. I might wean a cow off some milk and get it to start eating grass or get it to spend some time away. And the last one is weird. So I'll go start a new game. I'll choose a 5x5 grid, a high amount of words. We'll start with 4 minutes on the clock, and any word we get a few extra seconds. So to kick it off, teen, and we've got 5 seconds on. Anything we've already seen, get through there. And I'll start looking and check over. So cheer. I'm not sure if can't is going to be in. Yeah. But scan definitely should. Fast. Tire, as in the someone getting tired. It depends. There's different side of spellings of tire and tyre for a car. Enter. Here. Rare. See if scant. I'm not sure if it's scant. There's a very few. There might be very few items available for it. I'm not sure if C is going to be a word. Oh, thank you. A crate to pack items in and ship it across. Oh no, Santa's not going to work. But fasten is. Might fasten two things together. Taint. No, it looks like that isn't in. You can only use a word once, so and they have to be connecting. So green, the color. Let's try wren. I think that's a type of bird. Someone could rage and get very angry. Another similar word is irate. I was thinking just a race, but that's we didn't see the last E. So I haven't got taste yet. Scare. After hearing some noise in the woods, I got a scare. I had a customer rant at me. Get it rear again. So it looks like some words are going to keep coming up more common than others. Let's see about cast. That should be in there. Someone, fisherman might cast a line into the ocean. Uh, 20 seconds left. So I'm a bit ahead of everybody else due to the lag. So if there's anything you can see, it's about to run out of time. Enter. Yeah, already got it. So okay. So swapping over to the mist. Ache, sore muscles, acne, pimples on the face. Arena, a cache. So there might be a cache of goods, but it's also used in computers where it's memory close to the computer core that it doesn't have to spend as much time going out. Oh, that's right. That's right. I'm more than happy for it's anyone. It's right. Don't apologize. It's I'm guessing you're here to expand the vocabulary and hear how some things are pronounced. So if I'm helping, let's yeah, just carry on. That's right. A fastener, a farce is it's not a good thing. We could say that the trial of somebody was a farce, that we always knew that the person was going to get convicted. It was not fair at all. A ranch is a bit like a farm, and I could say a rancher is someone who runs on the farm. Recant, someone might recant their testimony. Originally they said, yep, this is what happened, and then they went back and said, I originally said this and swore it under oath, but I want to change what I swore. Someone rent or renting in the house, renter. Someone who finishes a work, they're looking to retire. And when someone got lost, they might look to retrace their steps. Santa comes and gives everyone presents, everyone that believes in Santa, and end of December. Starter, there might be a starter motor on a car, so an electric motor that kicks it over before the petrol or diesel kicks through. A terrier is a type of dog. Trench is a hole in the ground. A wager, it could be a bet between a few people. And I'll just go with a wrench as a type of tool. So I'll kick off another game of the same size and start another 4 minutes. So I'll just have a look at some things, and that way if you've got any suggestions, jump on in. Kick off with poet, someone who writes short stories in prose. It's not quite full sentences. Elate. No, elated is someone very, very happy. So if you've got some food, you might want to put some salt on it or pepper. Erase, okay. Nice. Scene. There were posters up where the lost child was last seen. Take some time and find the right seat that you were assigned in the theatre. Might rate business on a review website. think sear some food. Yep. Tear. Nice. We've also got slate. I could be managing some appointments and tell someone I could have them slated for 9 o'clock tomorrow, first appointment of the day. Terse. I could give someone a terse reply over the phone. That would be very quick and abrupt. So sense. Nice. But even if they're slated in the morning, I might ask them to call me if they're running late. Rent as well, and remembering from the other one, I had renter. Bird lives in a nest. Might lean, the tree might be in a lean, or I think the Leaning Tower of Pisa is one of the most recognizable landmarks. And rant. So lease. Thank you. Press. Whoops. I'll just erase it. Press the button to get the lift to come through. Let's try ants. Many ants out the front of the house. Left my bike out the front of the building, but someone had stolen it, or steal. A lens. Or no. A lens of a camera. Sail. Sense. Even though I couldn't look behind me. Sorry, I didn't realize it might have already been up there. I could sense someone was coming from behind me. Sane. Petal. I only got just a few seconds left in this one. And yeah, a race has already been done, so that's it. We're out of time. So some of the missed words: altar, arena, arrest, arsenal, an entree, eraser, errant, laser, lesser, narrate, sort of what's happening at the moment, present, pretense, represent. You might want to get a good lawyer to represent you in court. Repress, resale. You might want to get some other options for the car to help its resale value. Senate. In Australia, we've got 2 houses in federal parliament. The Senate's one of them. Serene areas, nice and quiet. Sleeper is a description for a log, but someone also might say they're a heavy sleeper, and it's not very easy to wake them up. Steel, which is the metal. Street, stress. Tartan is a color, and tartar sauce and a toupee. Someone who's losing hair on the top of the head might have a toupee. So I'll fire up another one. I can go for a smaller one if you want, but I think I'll just stick with the same large ones. And off we go. There's 84 letter words, 79 4-letter words. It should be pretty easy to find some. So might have some rodents, rat or mice in there, some pests. On the ship, we've got a mast to hang the sail off. At my best friend's wedding, I stood up and gave a toast. Oh, thank you. Rose, tape, and sight. The tutor could give us a test. Heard a large siren when the fire alarm went off. There was a post in by the ground for a fence. One less than 10 was 9. Get a tire in there as well. It's not quite street, but how could I miss this one? Otter. Um, Lovely animals. Curious, energetic. So a roast. There was an old television ad. Someone joked about missing a dinner with Tom Cruise to have a roast. East. The direction on a map. Let's try toes. Body part. Higher. Yep. Thank you. Good help us. Hire some new people. Business is booming. A horse could trot along. Some soap to wash the hands with. Try this one. It's going to be one of the longer ones. Interest. Yep. So if I borrow some money, I might have to pay interest, or someone may not have much interest in the new season of a show. The bird lives in a nest. Past, some things that have already happened. seat. Merit. The company would promote people on merit, preferring to then hiring from the outside. It's just about running out, so I'm going to try one last one tonight, but I don't think it's going to work. And got onto the high score table. Some of the words that are missed. Amen. Usually the last words when saying a prayer. To put someone at ease, make them feel comfortable. Eastern. Here. Inherent or inert. Inert is something that doesn't work. So there might be bullets that are used for practice, and soldiers can put them into a rifle and put them in and work things as if they're real bullets, but they're never going to fire. They might be made out of plastic instead of metal. Internet and intern. Someone could inherit some wealth from someone else. Master, similar to mentor. A pastor is a priest. I could pester someone. The kids usually might pester their parents to go somewhere special for a holiday, and they'll keep bringing it up. And The Simpsons, I think they said forget about Splashdown. Present, might be some presents under a tree or get someone for their birthday. Printer, prism. I think the Pink Floyd still logo has a prism. Restore, rotors on top of a helicopter. Serpent, similar to a snake. Saw, the sprint is running very fast. So steam is hot water as well. And tamper, it's shown that someone's been messing with it. Tempo describes how fast something is going. I might say pick up the tempo and work faster. And toaster, you put bread in and get slightly cooked bread. So I'll kick off a new game. I can go back to its smaller size if you want, or change the rules and see how we go, but I'm more than happy to play a few more. Just wait, and I'll wait around for another few more seconds just to give everyone a bit of a head start. No? Okay. We'll go with the pool and polo. Tools in the shed. Soon. Need. I was thinking tenor, but that's not going to work. Tone. Rate in there as well. And tape. And taper. cater. You might have had a wedding and cater for people, so bring the food. Peon. No, it looks like that doesn't have it, but done should certainly be in. I was thinking tents, and someone might be. Treat. Solo. Lone. I'll get deer as well. I think nope, should be in. Yep. Jolt. Yeah. I think peat might be in. So that's like a boggy marsh. Done. Oh, sorry, that's already been completed. Cool. The opposite of hot. Ponder. Need some time to ponder a big decision. Near. So about 30 seconds to go. Pact. An agreement between a few people. And last one, teen. Someone who's between 13 and 18. So I think that'll do it. Okay. So missed append and appear. After cater, there's the caterer, so the person that actually does it. I might have agreed to bring the food, but I didn't actually cook it myself. What's been happening tonight is cooperate, so and it's part of a good team. Deepen. Looter is someone who breaks into a store and steals good. Open and opener. There might be a patter of little feet. Penetrate. Been watching one of the other channels about Battleship New Jersey. I'm sure their armor, you wouldn't want the smaller shells to penetrate the armor. Wasn't going to mention it, but oh well, poop. So if someone goes to the toilet and redo and redone, so I might give a report to the bosses and get some feedback for it and say that it's been done. Snoop, I might check in, look at someone without them noticing. So company might snoop on people's emails. And thank you very much. So thanks for joining. I'll be looking to do more of these on the channel, and have a good night. It's been great having you here. And I'll probably end up on that as well. I think this will be the last one then. Teapot and the treetops as well. So wrap it up there. And everyone else, if you're watching now or later, thanks for watching. Have a good night.